Daily sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. It's Mixon on the counter. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Raiders at 6 and 7, a game under 500 on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. That was close to a big play, and just a little bit too far that he was led. He caught it but couldn't stay in bounds, Charles.
Yeah, I'm not very good at these sort of things, but I have to believe the farther you are downfield, the less your margin for error in throwing the ball, correct? Yeah, so they gave it a good effort there. Really tried, just couldn't complete it.
27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is third down. To throw is Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's good. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll give it to Mixon. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Here's Mixon, and he is going to lose yardage here. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Daniel Carlson set for the Raider field goal. This from 25 yards out. Carlson able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And, Charles, you look at this defense, they were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. Then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Max Crosby racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua, and looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon, and they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack
is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
Now the ball comes loose, and this is picked up by the Saints. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, my friend, this has certainly been a comedy of errors here in the first quarter. Neither side able to really hang on to the ball.
Yeah, now I'm just curious to see which team can adjust because both have made their mistakes, as you said.
Yeah, and whoever can do that can seize firm control of this game, something they haven't done with the ball so far.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32, a play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, go steal. Hey.
Tua gonna throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Tua. He's going to air one out. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Murray. This goes out wide for Mixon. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Now Murray off play action. He sets to fire deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
But whatever they called on defense, they made sure they were ready for the pass on that snap, made the proper adjustments, and helped force an incompletion.
They run for it with Mixon. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, we'll see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Max Crosby. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. A great effort there. 35 yards. And the Saints have got it back to within a score. Will Lutz on for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Raiders 10, Saints 7.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. Now Murray. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. The offense running out, and they are charged up ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
From the 44, Tua. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and the Raiders pick it up. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Goodness, nobody wanting to hold on to that football. 2 fumbles, 1 by each team on the same play. Not something you see every week.
No, not at all. And you and I both know how important possessions are nowadays in the NFL because there's not much difference between teams. So when you get a chance for a takeaway, you've got to hold on to the football yourself. Don't give it right back to them.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Now flags will come in, and I think this is against the Saints up front. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the turnover, here's Murray. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Murray now on 1st down. Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Working with a 2nd and 3. Mixing up the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. Pushes him over. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back to Mixon on 1st down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 more there and another 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On play action. It's Murray. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Saints are going to have it here just past the 25.
Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week.
He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Raiders are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked them off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared, had an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
At the 27-yard line.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This is a game, Charles, it's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the 3rd quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline. They drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
They run it again with Kamara.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And now here's another interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick 6.
Hey, that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate. Those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it, and the Raiders pick it up. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it first and goal at the 8-yard line. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. First down, a bit of a disaster. And now on second and goal, back even further. Flush to his right. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Mixon will cross the line. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Again, it's Kamara. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 104 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So here's a first and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Coming left is Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On second and 12, Tua. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Play action. Now it's Tua. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints get a bit closer. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
That's good for Las Vegas. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Mixon with a first down carry. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the gun to give to Mixon. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
And he will find his big tight end over the middle. Touchdown, Raiders! Donald Parham, 31 yards. And the Raiders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them is the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. On play action, here's Tua. And the pressure gets to him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Tua. Looking deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by a Keller Witherspoon. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in. And
it'll be intercepted. Picked up by a Keller Witherspoon. And the Raiders are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 98 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The Raiders on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time it's 3rd and 3. He finds his man, complete. It's back. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
Murray now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards remain for 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Murray and company going for it on 4th. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown! He's got them out to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
And down he goes, brought down a Raider sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And the Raiders are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right?
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So, of course, they declined that there. They knew they had the free play. They got great yardage out of it.
It's kind of like when we were at dinner last night. You saw me reach for the check, so you ordered dessert on top of it, right? You said you had the free play.
Yeah.
Right? You had what you needed. Go ahead and get a little more on top. I like it.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Tua sets up to pass it. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Raider D, they get the football back. 1st down, Murray. Two yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. It's Cameron Dantzler who picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. 119 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Murray. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that field.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Saints. Marquez Callaway, 49 yards. And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Now the Saints offense will remain on the field and go for 2. And they'll turn to Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And it's the Raiders that'll come up with it. And that will put victory in sight for the silver and black. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Back to throw it, Murray. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
To throw is Murray. Buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. Boy, people are really happy about those picks.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Las Vegas, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Arizona Cardinals next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.